Hi, everybody, and welcome to Follow the Cats, the Lander basketball show with Coach Jeff Burkhammer. I'm Ralph Patterson. It's March Madness, dude.
March Madness. Crazy things about to happen in college basketball. It's a fun time of year.
Well, it's a fun time of year, especially if you're still playing, and the most important thing is that you still have a shot.
Well, we got into March Madness, which is always great. We got into the Peach Belt tournament. We're kind of waiting to see what happens from here, but it's certainly a fun time of year to be a coach and a fun time of year to be a player.
So last time we met, you were getting ready to head down to Columbus State, first round in the league tournament, on the road. Again, Peach Belt is brutal, and you end up losing, but a tough, hard-fought game.
Tough, hard-fought game. Probably one of the toughest losses in 30 years of coaching because I thought we really did a good job controlling the game. We did some different things in this game defensively. Columbus has got an excellent team. They've got two very good wing players. Battle's a terrific shooter. Funderburk's probably one of the top 3 players in the conference. Very good player. And then combined with their 2 big kids inside with Hayward and Kirkland, probably the best combination of big guys in our league. So it was a tough challenge going on the road, playing those guys. We knew we'd have to play well, and we really did. Other than about a minute and a half late in the game, we played a really good game, and we're in position to beat a very good team.
Well, and Columbus State is a really good team.
Really good team.
21-6, and have earned the ranking that they have. But and you mentioned they're good players, but you got some good players too. And you had a nice little lead down the stretch and just couldn't hold on to it.
Well, we had an 8-point lead with about 2.5 minutes to go, and Kirkland, their big guy, who's made 4 threes on the year, steps out and makes a 3. We inbound it, they get a steal, and right to the rim with Funderburk, he gets a 3-point play, and the lead goes from 8 to 6 in about 15 seconds. And that really was the biggest, probably, turnaround in the game, and it was hard fought back and forth. And hey, Funderburk, like I mentioned, is one of the best players in the league. He took the game over late. Hayward leads the league in block shots. We have back-to-back possessions in the last minute and a half where we got J.R. Washington right to the rim, gets blocked. Tobias Hose right to the rim, it gets blocked. And
he had 7 blocks.
Yeah, he had an outstanding game and really played well. And it was tough because we got what we wanted, and the other guy made a better play than we made. And we made a good play and the right play. He just made a better play, and we ended up losing the game by 1. Late in the game, in a game that I thought we really did a good job controlling against a very good team, a team that I picked early in the year to be the best team in the league. I thought they were the most athletic, the deepest. 8 of their top 9 players are seniors. So we knew that they were a good team, and we had to go play a good game, and we really did. We played a good game, just came up a little bit short.
Well, let's go to the tape. This is Lander at Columbus State in the quarterfinals of the Peach Belt Conference.
You'll see throughout the highlights, we've got a lot of good things happening in this game. It was a good environment to play in. They've got a nice place to play there. Neither team started the game great offensively. Both teams kind of struggled, I think, a little bit early. But here we get a nice post feed, a nice putback, a little bit of emotion there by Ricardo Martin. Always love to see that. Love to see guys play with emotion. Attacking their zone, it's interesting. They kind of play the same zone we play, the 1-1-3, so we've seen it. We kind of knew what to do against it. Do a pretty good job moving the ball here. J.R. Washington driving it, kicking, keep playing. Nice spin move by Ricardo Martin. Inside out, back inside, and pretty good zone offense there.
And Coach, have you ever had a year where you played on offense against more zone than you have this year?
Probably not. I think a lot of teams played as zone this year and probably should have. I mean, we didn't prove ourselves shooting the ball consistently throughout the year. So a lot of teams probably played zone for that reason. That last possession there, you could see us playing some triangle and 2, which we haven't done all year long. We did that against their guards to take them away from the game, and then we trapped their post people, and it really frustrated and confused them, I thought, throughout the game. Nice pull up there by J.R. Washington. J.R. had a terrific game, played very well, ended up with 31 points, 11 of 18 from the floor, 6 of 8 from threes, and just really had a good game, really played well. One of our sets, we're going to run here off a stagger. We get Tobias off a stagger to the rim off the dribble, going back to his left hand where he's very good. Really nice play there by Tobias Hose. Run what we call a slice cut to another slice cut, trying to get to the basket. Nice penetration and pitch. Tobias laying that off to an easy basket for us. Kier pushing the ball in transition, trying to make something happen quickly. Nice pitch out. And JR just was terrific in this game. There's one of his 6 threes that he made during the course of the 40 minutes. Another one of their blocks, and we get it back. Scotty Elder with a nice jump hook to finish the possession there. Still working against their zone. Good penetration. This is a heck of a shot right here by Kier Crouch, just driving it, getting it up over top of the big guy and making a nice finish. Thought we did a good job throughout the game of attacking their zone. Here's a beautiful play. Nice pass from Kier to Ricardo, who immediately sees the next play and passes it to Scotty for an easy basket. Another easy basket off an inbounds, just a straight line play against the zone. We just kind of throw it over top, or we've kind of overloaded that area, and we get it in Tobias for an easy basket. Kier pushing 94 feet again. He's done that numerous times throughout the year. Nice finish with his left hand to get us an easy basket in transition. Set play we run here, try to get staggers on the baseline. Do a nice job. JR drives it, shot fakes. Really good play, draws the foul, and gets the basket. Another set that we're running. This is to try to get a post up inside for Tobias, who does a nice job of posting. Wow, what a beautiful reverse layup using his left hand. Did a nice job there of hedging the ball screen, getting out, not allowing Funderburk to get open looks. Again, another good job of jumping out there, and boom, runs him right through Scotty for a charge. Good defensive possession there by the Bearcats. Battled them hard on the glass. They kicked us early in the season on the backboards, and we did a good job in this game. Out-rebound them by 1, and that's why you can get transition baskets. If you get to the glass, 5 guys at the defensive boards, rebound and then run, and that was a good possession there of seeing that. Another nice penetration by Kier. Again, inside out against their zone. Nice step up here by JR. Really played well in this game. Another one of his threes. Heck of a shot right there by Funderburk. That's the shots he's been making. And this was a big, big play in the game. We get a block to a run out and a foul. This puts us up 8 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. And feel like we're in pretty good shape. And here you see us driving it. We get exactly what we want. Tobias to the rim. And Hayward makes a great block. Great hustle play here by Kier Crouch to not give up a layup, to make them have to take the ball out of bounds again. We kept fighting. We go to some dribble handoff action, still trying to drive the ball and see what we can get. Nice pump fake by JR to another 3-point shot. And we just kept fighting and fighting. This is all in the last minute and a half of the game right here. Again, pushing it, pull up, bam, another 3. JR shot the ball terrific in this game, and we just needed a couple other guys. Tobias didn't play as good a game as he normally does. He's 4 of 17 from the floor. But we did get pretty good output for some other guys. Crouch 4 of 9, Martin 3 of 7, Elder 3 of 6. So we shot pretty good percentages for us, other than for Tobias. And we did a pretty good job on the glass, out-rebounded by 1, had 13 offensive rebounds. And really, we made some of their other guys have to take shots. So game plan-wise, I think we were pretty good. We did a pretty good job in the game. We attacked them well. We guarded them pretty well. They were 1 of 7 in the second half from threes. And, of course, it's the big 3 that they make with their 5-man shooting
of course.
Late in the game.
The guy that you want shooting.
Well, he shot it. I went, great.
Right.
Because if we rebound that shot, they have to start fouling us.
Right.
And we're going to win the game, and it goes in. And it was a big swing with that and the steal to another 3-point play, just back-to-back. And that really was the game.
Now, I noticed looking at the stat sheet, you shot your free throws well, but you didn't go to the line as much as you have been. You led the league all year long. You were 14 and 19, and that's still really good, but you've been getting to the line 30, 33 times a lot.
Well, look at the second half. We're 3 of 4. And that's with us driving the ball. I thought there were a lot of good blocks up high, but I thought there was a lot of body stuff down low that they kind of let go. The guys were getting knocked to the floor with no calls, and you got to learn to play through that if that's how the game's being called. But yeah, that's really uncharacteristic for us to only get to the line 4 times in the second half and to lose a 1-point game. That's a little frustrating.
So you lose a tough one to Columbus State, and that was in the quarterfinals of the Peach Belt Conference tournament. Let's talk a little bit about the tournament, where we are now.
Well, the day before, Young Harris, who's playing really, really good basketball, they had won 7 of the last 8, I believe, with their only loss coming to Montebello in the last game. They go to Augusta and control the whole game, control the entire game at Augusta. They lead by 16, 18 points in the first half and hold on to win the game. They're playing well. Also that night, Montevallo took care of Aiken, which is kind of what was expected, especially with Montevallo being at home. And then Pembroke had a hard-fought game, just like we did on Sunday against Southwestern, but found a way to win the game. And so the semifinals now are set up. They're at UNC Pembroke. Pembroke will take on Montevallo, which should be a heck of a game, and Columbus takes on Young Harris. So 4 really good teams left. A little disappointed we're not there. Really thought we deserved to win the game the other day, to be there, to have this opportunity. But sometimes, like I told our guys in the locker room, sometimes life isn't fair. You may deserve a job that you don't get someday. There's life lessons in losing, and we got to understand that. It's something that we've talked about all year, the importance of one possession. And one possession can determine whether you move on in the tournament. It can determine whether you get in the NCAA tournament. So hopefully we learn a little bit from it and move forward from here.
Let me ask you this, is with the regional rankings as they are, is there anything that can happen in the Peach Belt Conference tournament in the semis and finals that will either help Lander or hurt Lander?
Well,
the 4 teams that are left.
the biggest thing is if Young Harris wins, it really hurts us because that's going to bump a team from the bottom out of the tournament. So we don't need Young Harris to win. The other 3 teams are
and they're
above
the
us.
hottest team in the
They're
league,
the hottest
right?
team.
Yeah.
The other 3 teams are above us, so if any of those other 3 teams win, it doesn't hurt us at all. And then in the other conferences, we really need Mount Olive to win, and we need Lincoln Memorial to win. The other teams win, it's going to hurt us.
And so I remember last week we talked, you thought that there was a good probability, maybe a likelihood that the Peach Belt could have 5 teams in the 8-team regional tournament. You still think that?
I still think that's a possibility. It's going to be determined this weekend on what happens in some of the other tournaments. Really, we moved from the 9th spot to the 8th spot.
In a loss?
Well, we had a win in there with Georgia College,
okay,
and then a loss after that. But the other teams that we were fighting with went 0-3 and 0-3 to end the year and didn't make the Peach Belt tournament. So now we're in a battle with Newberry and probably Carson Newman. They play in the semifinal game on Saturday, and then we'll just have to see where it goes from there. If the right people win in the tournaments, and there's no upsets with the favorites, then we got a chance. And then it comes down to that razor-thin formula that they use, and it'd probably be us and Newberry and Carson Newman fighting for that last spot.
Well, and I got one more hard to figure out question. You mentioned the good teams in your league that didn't make the Peach Belt tournament.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that any of those teams could get into the NCAA regionals?
You talking about like North Georgia?
That didn't make it
No.
into the.
I don't think
are
that they
out
will.
now?
They're out
officially?
because there's no way they can get above us now.
Okay.
We're 8th, and Georgia Southwestern actually got in at 10th this week.
Right.
But there's no way they can jump us either because they're not playing anymore. So we're going to probably be 8th or 9th. Hopefully 8th, and hopefully the right people win in the tournaments to give us an opportunity to play next weekend in the regional. But it's that tight. We were right there on the bubble, and we're hopeful that the right things happen and we can sneak in.
And how about for the site of the regional tournament? Is that still up for grabs completely?
It's up for grabs a little bit. I think if the right teams win, Lincoln Memorial would probably have the best chance of hosting. Actually, this week in the poll, and I don't know how this really works, but Mount Olive dropped below Pembroke. Pembroke moved up to number 2, and they're hosting this weekend. So Pembroke's got a chance to maybe win our league because they're hosting. But right now, I would think if Lincoln Memorial would win their tournament, they would have a very good chance of hosting the regional.
Okay, you want to talk about how your guys ended up, or your team statistically in the league?
All year long we did a great job, as you mentioned, getting to the foul line. We ended up first in the league in free throws made, first in the league in free throws attempted, first in the league in offensive rebounding, and second in the league in total rebounds per game, and then fourth in the league in steals. So all those things combined, even when we didn't shoot the ball great, we gave ourselves a chance to win. And because of doing some of these things, we won 19 games.
And taking the bad with the good, you keep the streak going. You still have the blue highlighter for bad stuff, the yellow highlighter for good stuff, and all shooting percentage.
Yeah, shooting percentage is the biggest thing.
That really hurt you this year.
Shooting percentage, we just didn't shoot the ball as well as we'd have liked to have. There were games we shot it well, and there were games that we just did not shoot it well at all. And because of that, we were able to stay in games because we got to the foul line and we got to the offensive glass.
Well, then anything else you want to talk about the standings or the Southeast Regional poll? I know that for the regional poll, let's just go through it. Lincoln Memorial 1, Pembroke 2, Mount Olive 3, Montevallo 4th, Georgia Regents 5th, Columbus State 6th, King 7, Lander at 8, and then you mentioned Newberry at 9 and Georgia Southwestern at 10. And there is a possibility that somebody, not even in this ranking, could end up going into the tournament. That would be Young Harris if they win the Peach Belt, Carson Newman if they win the South Atlantic Conference, and any other sleepers out there.
I think those really are the ones that we would probably worry the most about. But you can see it's a heck of a region. I mean, Lincoln Memorial's 24-1, Pembroke 24-4. You got some very good records in there. King is 7th, which is kind of an interesting one. They're 24-5. There's 37 teams in our region. Their strength of schedule is 37th.
Wow.
So I guess if they would lose, there might be a chance of a little bit of movement with them if they lose in the semifinals, which would be great for us. But I think really it's more Newberry, Carson Newman, and Lander, and who's going to get that 8th spot.
Well, and before we wrap it up, I'm just peppering you with questions today. How do you handle practice with your team if you don't know if you're playing or not? You're still allowed to practice, obviously, and you don't know until Sunday night, correct?
Sunday night.
So have you taken a little time off? Have you practiced? Are you working on skill development, or what are you guys doing?
Yeah, you got to keep their spirits up and the hope alive. So we took Monday off. We practiced Tuesday and Wednesday. We took Thursday off, and then we'll practice Friday, Saturday, and then we'll see what happens on Sunday in hopes of maybe getting to play again, putting that jersey back on, because that's, tell you what, the last time you take that jersey off as a player, for Mike Lee and Ricardo Martin as seniors, that's a tough thing. So
sure
they still have hope. We still have hope, and we just got to wait and see what happens and how it plays out. But we'll practice a couple more days and hopefully be ready to play again next weekend.
Well, then what I'm hoping for are no major upsets in any of the conference tournaments.
Yep.
And the Bearcats go to the regionals. That would be your first as a Lander Bearcat.
Sure would. We've
And
been
that'd be
close.
awesome.
We've been close 2 other years. 3 of the last 4 years we won 17 or more games, and we've been right there at 8, 9, 10 in the region and trying to break through. And boy, it would be nice to bust through and get in there this year.
Well, I hope that happens.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up for Jeff Burkhammer. I'm Ralph Patterson. Hopefully, we got one more show in us. Follow the Cats, the Lander Basketball Show. We'll see you next time.